I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, April the 6th, brought to you in part by Ralgrow. What's the cheapest cost of gain that you can get? How about 23 pounds for only $1.50? Use Ralgrow implants. For more information, visit ralgrow.com or visit with your Merck Animal Health representative. Stockers rule, and even though our feeder cattle board has been down big this week already, I mean real big, because the grains have been up so much, and so that's making your cattle going right into the feedlot back up quite a bit. Your lighter weight calves are softer in a lot of places too. That's had a good test of the market the last few weeks. Now some lighter weight calves that are long time weaned had their shots. You could kind of consider those stockers too, but the cattle that we're running out of, indeed it's your stocker cattle, your old crop calves that are light enough to turn out, and I mean all the way up into the light sevens. They're turning cattle out bigger than what they is typical, but you know, some 5.5 to 725 pound old crop calves, or some really hard wintered cattle, long time weaned in a fairly thin condition, kind of foolproof and wrung out there. That's what I'm calling the stockers, and man, they just get higher every day, and now that they're really running out, you just see higher quotes every time you look at a market report from just about anywhere, even where it's really dry. But despite the drought, your stockers are ruling, and people are hoping to get some really cheap gain on those. Take them as heavy as they can out on the grass or whatever they're going to graze them on, then sell them back as big yearlings going right into the feedlot. But stockers rule, and that's for sure. We're seeing your fat cattle market really struggle to gain any ground. Steady here basically for the last month. And especially in the southern plains, 138 is all they can get, and I don't know if they're asking more than that for those, but don't have a lot of leverage. If we had a minimum negotiated mandate where all your packing facilities had to buy a minimum percentage of negotiated cash cattle, then you could price them higher. Turn down a bid, wait till later in the week, sell the cattle, and try to get a little competitive bidding going out there, even though it's in a direct trading area. But Cattle Price Discovery and Transparency Act, we definitely need that. We desperately need it. If you're wanting to support that, you need to call your congressman or your senator. And you guys have asked me what's the number of the bill. It's Senate Bill 3229. That's the one that Deb Fischer and Charles Grassley had penned and been pushing so hard. It does have an equivalent in the House. I haven't given you that number before, but House of Representatives Bill 5992, and that's pushed by Vicky Hartzler of Missouri. So please get on there and support that bill. Don't listen to the naysayers. This bill is not perfect, but it's sure better than nothing, and that's what we'll get if we don't get this bill pushed through, is absolutely nothing. We know we got more fat cattle coming down the pike into May. Not sure how far into May, probably by mid-May anyway. Going to be more cattle coming to the show list, more cattle that are ready. We've seen some places folks are trying to pull the cattle forward a little bit, basically to get them off the feed bill, but it hasn't caused our carcass weights to come down much. I tell you what, our carcass weights so far for 2022 are averaging 922 pounds. Woo! The average for all of 2021 was 906. 2020 was 907. Now we are going to fall and see our lighter weights as we move on through the spring here, but still likely going to be higher, which makes absolutely no sense whenever cost of gains are $1.50 in the southern plains. Not going to be a whole lot cheaper than that in the north, especially if you figure in what you could sell that corn for. But we've got more fats coming down the pike in May and June. Normally we don't see those until August, but there was no place to turn those cattle out. Put those cattle on feed early. We had an open winter. They gained really good, and here we are. And a lot of people think that's a downer, and it is going to be tough for a market to overcome. But it coincides with the exact time when the Packers are needing and wanting to ramp up the kill. So they've been playing games with us as we've come through the spring so far. We get along pretty good up through Thursday, and then on Friday they have cooler cleanings, and we have a disappointing kill for the week, pretty much every week all spring here. But they're really going to want to pour, put the pedal to the metal on the chain speeds and start processing more beef to get out there for Mother's Day, for Father's Day, for Memorial Day, 4th of July, all of that. And they've already got contracts and have obligations to fill there. Perhaps those bigger numbers of fats will kind of just mull right over with your Packers' need to ramp up kill, and they've been playing every trick in the book to try to get to that period when we have more fat cattle. But then they better enjoy that, because when we get through those fats in the early summer there, they're not going to see any big numbers for quite some time, because we've whittled on our cow herd so bad, and our calf crop has been down. Most of us think quite a bit more than what the USDA has even projected, and they were already calling it 2% less. So we're going to have some leverage. If we had this bill passed, we'd have even more. But we do have good times coming, and if you think your calves and stockers are selling good this spring, wait till next spring. Look at your board. April live cattle on Tuesday down $1.20 at 136.80, and then it was just pulled down from your feeder cattle. June live cattle down $1.60 at 133.32. Your back months were all down from $1 to $1.55. April feeder cattle down $2.25. It was down over $3 on Monday, down $2.25 on Tuesday, set at 156.12. A very, very slight premium to what your real-time index is, just over 155, but right around $1. So we can't stand another one of these big downer days. How about May feeder cattle down $3.47 at 159. Back months on your feeder cattle down $1.70 to down $2.72. And you go on in your further out months, and then they were all, like I said, all your back months were down. But even those that I gave you that were down, they were down $1 more than that, just about through the session. So that may have been your opportunity to get out of your hedges if you wanted to do that. But, like I said, on your fat cattle trade, what happened on Monday, the board was down big. Guys did a basis jump and sold steady money at 138. That pretty much locked us in to a steady at best fat cattle trade this week. Talk about your grains. Corn was up 9.5 cents. And it has everything to do with that war in the Ukraine. We've heard recent reports that Russia has been targeting grain infrastructure, so that they're not wanting them to have anything to sell. And I tell you what, it's getting nasty over there, seeing dead bodies everywhere. And whether you believe it or not, there's a certain percentage of it that's sure happening over there, and it ain't no good. But corn was up 9.5 cents for your May at 7.59 3/4. Beans were up 28 3/4 cents at 16.31. Kansas City hard red winter wheat up 45 cents at 10.82 3/4. Fat cattle trade, like I said, steady go. But at the top of the price range is Iowa, 140 on live sales, 222 to 222.5. Dress sales, 5,400 head sold on Tuesday. That makes 8,700 for the week already. Nebraska sold 13,200 head on Tuesday. Don't see that very often. Got nearly 17,000 for the week already. 138 to 140 live, 222 to 222.5 dressed. Kansas, 4,700 on Tuesday, 15,500 for the week, 136 to 138. Texas, 900 head, 4,900 for the week, so they sold a lot more on Monday than what we had originally thought. 137 to 138, but in the Southern Plains, your market's 138. Yeah, they're getting a few deals bought, 136 and 137, and that would be the kind of lower grading type cattle. Box beef cutout values higher. They were way higher, bunch higher at noon, but then backed off a little bit, still higher on your afternoon report. Choice cuts 270, 153 up 349. Selects up $1.20 at 260, 290. Your slaughter 246,000. That's 2,000 more than last week. 21,000 more than the same week a year ago. Talk about what else is going on. Us here at DV Auction, and I mean all of us, everybody, every man or woman that's riding for DV Auction's been hustling at these production sales. I mean, we've done more of them this spring already than we've ever done. And you think competition's mulling us over? Not so. We're doing more. We got more registered buyers, got more sales. If people are shopping for bulls, they know to go to dvauction.com, look through our upcoming sales and shop for bulls. You know, there's nobody that can expose those cattle to more buyers than we can. Your replacement stock, especially your purebred bulls and replacement heifers and the like. But I'll give you the DV Auction production sale report for March. Just in our production sales, we had over 34,000 bids on our DV Auction online console. 6,100 lots sold in our production sales, and purchases added up to be more than $26.8 million. Talk about your feeder cattle market, your real-time index, based on an 800-pound steer. Late in the day on Tuesday at 155.18, that was down 54 cents, and you would expect that. RTI brought to you by Margin Tracks by Midcon. How about your sales on Tuesday, some of your representative sales? Ozarks Regional Stockyard, West Plains, Missouri, had 2,500 through the ring, another 300 through the in-house video that we help them with. The market was kind of uneven. If you remember last week, they had a barn burner at West Plains, but market was kind of uneven this week, from $3 lower to $3 higher. My buddy, the market reporter there, he also noted, Dan Hill did, that the offering was fairly plain, and we've seen that all through Oklahoma City, Joplin, West Plains, anywhere they've got a market reporter that kind of knows what's going on. They've noted that the offering is plainer than usual. So we're getting there. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel, guys. Not many cattle left. Talk about another good sale up in Nebraska. The old reliable Atkinson livestock market. Atkinson, Nebraska had 3,300 head. Really good sale for them. Look at this automated market report and check the best tested weights there. How about 319 head of 6-weight steers, average 652 at 182.33 on all of them. Over 6.5 up in the 180s, guys, on all of them. You think these stockers aren't hot? How about 660 head of 7-weight steers, average 757 at 163.11. 550 head of 8-weight steers in Atkinson, Nebraska, averaged 827 with a weighted average price of 150.78. Some individual quotes around. I told you these lightweight calves, if they're a long time weaned and worked, you know, they're basically like stockers. Everybody wants them. Lone Star Stockyards, my friends over there had a good sale on Tuesday, including a big consignment from the historic LX Ranch, which is not too far away as a crow flies over there, but they brought in some light calves, 60 days weaned, 120 head of them, weighed 406 pounds at 240.5. Lone Star Stockyards, Wildorado, Texas. How about Kimball Livestock Exchange in Kimball, South Dakota? 69 head, 831 pound steers, bring 163.25. Wow. But the best quote that I saw anywhere on Tuesday, your Row Grove top quote for the day, was indeed on some stocker cattle in a place that is horribly dry, but they're banking on the come. They'll put some wheels under there and find some grass for them. But Miles City Livestock Commission, Miles City, Montana, 72 head, 624 pound stocker steers, bring $190. And that's your feeder flash for Wednesday.